Hello friends, how are you today? So today let's talk about what it actually means to do one thing really well. But first, hi, I'm Sheila and thank you for this conversation. So if you've ever felt stuck or overwhelmed today, maybe this might help. I think a lot of us struggle with consistency, not because we're lazy or undisciplined, but because the thing we're trying to do is simply too big for our nervous system. That shouldn't keep you from dreaming big though, just letting you know. Still, do that and let's ease our nervous system bit by bit. So, doing one thing really well doesn't mean doing everything all at once, or perfectly for that matter. It means choosing a small portion of that thing and giving it your full presence. Have you ever been in that situation where you are overwhelmed due to a project, due to something that is so important to you, and you just don't know how to move forward? It's not laziness. It's not that you can't or you don't care. It's because you probably care too much and you see the magnitude of the project instead of how can I associate one small task to stop putting that project on a pedestal. So let's remove that scary thought and then doing one little thing. So instead of asking, how can I finish this whole thing in a better way, I ask, what is the smallest part of this project that I can do well today? So some personal examples for me have been, or would be, actually they have been. I no longer ask myself how to run my entire business well. I simply now just focus on one small thing, like writing a thoughtful project description today, and then I'm done. Or changing one thing on the website that could enhance the aesthetic. Okay, one thing, and that's done. And then the next day I ask myself the same question again. Or simply packing orders with care. Another example would be I try to no longer ask myself, how can I heal my whole life? Instead, I just focus on one daily practice. So right now, breath work and prayer have been my practice. So keeping my breath work to stabilize all of the emotions, even though they come through, breath work is helping. And another one would be, I have 3 examples by the way. So another one would be instead of fixing my entire home because I just moved and I wanted to look comfy, I wanted to feel like myself, I just tend to one corner, one area at a time, and then once that's done, we move on to the next. So there is a saying in French that says, c'est en mangeant que l'appétit commence. So, which means it's when you eat that the appetite comes in, you know? And this is what we're working for. This is what we're building. We're building that integration. That is integration. When you start to do these little things instead of just, I am going to finish this project on that day, because like this full project on that day, unless you have the energy, sure, but I am going to do that and you become, like, there's so many things that can happen in a project. There are multitudes of things that have to be fixed in a project. So sometimes it's not fixing all of it at once, it's just fixing one small thing and actually doing that really well, and then asking the same thing the next day, you know? So that is when integration happens. When the small things you are learning to do really well on a daily become something you are actually living. That's what I'm striving for. These small tasks, these small routine and habits that I have started to build about a month and a half ago, maybe now, I'm starting to live them, and I want to live them fully, so that it's okay if I do the same thing every day. It's okay if it's redundant. It's okay, because I know that it will lead me to the bigger goal. So we don't need more information in most cases, actually. We just need a smaller, kinder entry point. And this is going back to one of my videos when I mentioned we need to keep our focus. We need to really mind what we're watching, mind what we're doing, mind who we are, hanging out with. Not in a bad way, but just like what direction are you trying to go? And we're all getting younger in the end, so it is about knowing what to do with that time, because we're on this earth for a short amount of time, and trying to keep our focus towards something that we really want to leave behind is important, even if it's halfway, I think, but we're striving for leaving something behind. Okay, so if you are feeling stuck or overwhelmed today, I hope that helped. And you can instead instead of asking yourself, what more can you do? Let's flip the script and ask, what is the smallest part of this that I can do well? Then you repeat that question the next day, and you do that well. And then you repeat that same question, and you do that small task well. And you will have your snowball effect. So, yeah. Another thing I would have to add is mastery begins with the smallest repeatable thing. Think Mr. Miyagi in Karate Kid. Wax on, wax off. The kid did not know why he was doing the thing, but it's just the small practice to train him to be a master. So if this period of your life is asking you to integrate, do these small steps, and don't overwhelm yourself, or don't let it be cumbersome with the task. Don't let the task be cumbersome, so you can do them little by little, and I think you will accomplish what you sought out to do. And that's all I have for you guys today. I hope that you have a lovely, lovely rest of your day. And if the season of integration of your life is calling for a little softness, why don't you check out some of my handmade products? I make candles and soaps at the moment, and they can help ease your senses. So take a look. I'll put the link in the description down below. And remember, guys, you are more than enough. You are more than enough, and you need to repeat that to yourself every single day. And yeah, that's all I have for you. And see you soon. À bientôt.